Welcome to another episode of J&M Garage. Today, we're going to see what it's going to take to get this 2008 Honda Grom going back again for a customer. We'll see you guys here in a second.
Where's the kickstand on this thing? God, it's so tiny.
Okay, so as I just mentioned, this is a 2008 Honda Grom. That's all the information online could give me about it. I don't know what size engine it is. I'll be honest, I really actually don't know much about these bikes. I know they're tiny. I know they're usually single piston, which this looks to be. Got one jug right here, and that's it. This is like, I don't know, less than one of the pistons on my Goldwing. The nice young lady who actually owns this bike, she got into an accident 2 days before I got into my accident. She's still in recovery. I was a lot luckier than she was. And I wish her nothing but the absolute best. Her dad asked me if I can see what it's going to take to get this thing street legal and going again. So that is exactly what I'm going to do for him. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to see what all it needs, what kind of body work we need to do to it, what kind of paint work, because this has absolutely been repainted. I'm not sure by who. You can see underneath here, it at one point was actually a gray color. It is now a nice, very bright red. Looks like with a single stage. White looks original, nice pearl white. There are some dings and whatnot on that, so we're gonna have to see what we can find for that. Yeah, so let's get into the rest of it here. Key, I'm not entirely certain what happened to the key. We're going to have to find, see if I can, way down in there, below everything. We're going to have to see what we can do about that. Probably run up to a local locksmith and see if he can make us a key. We'll probably take the ignition cylinder out of this thing in order to do so. Front turn signals. These are obviously very broken. They are not supposed to be like that. So we'll see if we can't find some really nice flexi type ones, maybe, to go there in place of those. Maybe some really nice bright LED ones. Oh, yes. Good. I hit a button on accident. The rear tire here. This is supposed to have spacers in it on either side, and I don't see any at all. Again, I don't really know much about these bikes. I did kind of take a look last night to try and figure out, what kind of was going on with it, because this just got dropped off to me. I don't know if the tail light works. I don't know anything. I literally don't know how much of this electrical works, doesn't work. I don't even know how to take off the seat, to be honest. But we're gonna figure it out. So, I guess first things first is we're going to get the seat off it somehow. And we're going to maybe see what kind of life this thing has or doesn't have, to see if it's even, I guess, worth fixing. I know that it was running when it was crashed. I don't know if it's going to still run. So we're going to take a look. We're going to find out. And I will be right back. Okay. It's been like 40 seconds. After taking a look at it, I have realized right there is a seat lock, meaning you need the key for it. I don't have the key. So we're going to switch what we're doing over to the front of the bike right here. And we're going to see what it's going to take to get this stuff off. That way we can get to the ignition cylinder and then get to a locksmith, so that way we can get a key made for the bike, or a couple keys. And once we have a couple keys made, then we can kind of see what's going on with the rest of it. So we're going to get into that instead. I think first thing we're going to do is move these turn signals, or what's left of them anyways. There is, looks like about 4 rolls of electrical tape holding them on. That's going to be fun to sand off the body panels. Ooh, that was a giant gash there. Wow. Oh, this was a separate roll right here, it looks like. Oh yeah, that's totally done for. Alright, so how do you go on then? There's a screw here, take that out. Okay, we'll put that back in because that don't do nothing. Looks like there's some Allen keys to get these outer fairings off of here. Did I grab the right size the first time? No! Of course I didn't, because that would make things too easy. No! Of course I'm not going to be in that one. Alright, well, he seems to have stopped blowing his horn at least, so sorry if it's a little bit noisy. Got another pack of them right here, Allen wrenches. See if we can't get lucky. Maybe this one, way too big. Maybe this one. That one's almost it, but nope, too small. There we go. Alrighty, so it looks like there is my God, 2 of these bolts. Looks like there's one here, one here. Don't see or feel anything on the bottom. here a minute. Theoretically, this should be the same process on the other side, so. Alright, so here's the entire front cowl. I'm going to go ahead and stick these bolts back in here so I don't lose them. And basically what I was told is I was told to make this thing new. So I'm going to be learning a lot about these things. You guys are welcome to join me for that. This is always a smart trick though. If you don't want to lose any of your hardware and you have the ability to put it back into the hole that it came out of, do so. Because things won't go back together, you know, if there's a bolt in the way. So that way, you know, there's supposed to be a bolt there. And I can't lose them if they're in there. You know, it could be like way over there or way over there somewhere in my toolbox, but no, it's going to be right where it's supposed to be. So we're going to put these back in, make sure we don't lose them. Definitely had a paint job. Most definitely. And looks to be one clip there, one clip there, and there's the very sad front headlight assembly thing. Don't know if any of that works yet or not, but we will find out. And it looks like to remove this gauge cluster out of the way, looks like we got a couple Phillips head screws. And what size do they look to be? They look to be number 2s. So it looks like there's one on each outside edge. Just like that. There's one. There's 2. Yeah, and that just pops right off of there. It looks like it literally goes right into that harness, which is just fine. Kind of try and move that harness out of the way a little bit, because our ignition cylinder is right here. Now again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my screws right back where they came from. So I do not want to lose any of these. Also, I'm sorry about the video quality. Marco is he got a new manager, and his manager kind of screwed up his schedule. So Marco and I might be making separate videos of stuff, but we will still be making videos. I might just be on my own. You might be getting the quality of my lovely laptop, which is, I mean, it's not that bad, but it is, it's there. Also sorry about my laptop kind of tilting to the side. Let's see if I can fix that in a minute. So, got those screws back so we don't lose them. Now we have an ignition cylinder. That looks like we got 2 plugs here that it plugs into. Come on. Got it. There's one. There's two, and they are different plugs, so there's not really much in the way of screwing that up. Now the question becomes is how do you come out of there? Lock on the back side of it or something? I need an adult. I also need my phone. Where's my phone? Oh, there it is. How do you come off there? Oh, fantastic. Because that makes loads of sense. Who is the dumbass that designed these things? Oh my God. Okay. Okay, so what do I do? So the ignition cylinder is screwed to this bracket. And this bracket is riveted to the forks. So in order to even take that out, it's almost like I would have to take off the front forks. Seriously, who designs this? Like, why would you design it like that? I'm going to do a little research quick sec. I'm going to see if there's an easier way to take this ignition cylinder out without having to remove the front forks. So no, there really isn't an easier way to do this. Let's jump into it. Okay, so first things first is we're actually going to, we got step one done. We got the entire front off there. Next thing is we need to find the right Allen wrench to get these handlebars moved out of the way. Hey, look, it's that one. I really, really do. I think you could use some new ones. All right, next thing is we actually need to loosen the top of the forks here. Put it in there. Loosen the top of the forks because all we're going to do is we're going to take off the top plate here. And that will actually allow us access. Those are loose. And I don't know if I have a socket in this kit that's that big. No. Okay. Let's figure out what size that is. I think it's that big. Dude, it's not. Okay. Well, let's find out how big it is in a minute. Hello, Mr. Spider. How are you, sir? Well, inch and an eighth. I feel as though I have it in a socket somewhere. Okay, so I did find one that I think will work. It's not quite right. I think it's actually supposed to be a 29. This is a 30 millimeter though. And it does actually work just fine. So that's good news. I really didn't have to want to buy another one of those nuts if I wrecked it. So, but I didn't do anything to it, so that's good news. So we got one nut, one cap nut actually, on very, very fine thread, and one washer. I'm going to set them right here. And this just slides right up and off of there. Cool. All right. Bring it right here. So, now that we got that done. Wow, that's been confungled together. Good God. We may have to fix some more of this just to make it safer. My God. Okay, so on the back side of this, you can see there's two screws right here. They're Phillips head screws. They're actually already loose, which is not really a good thing. But once I get those loose, off of there, one, and two. The ignition cylinder itself just slides right on out. And again, we're going to put our screws right back in so we don't lose them. In the meantime, however, I am going to put this back onto the bike so that we don't just have, you know, the bottom portion of that holding it on. That way we have the top portion holding it too. I'm not going to put it on there extremely tight. The bike's not going anywhere. But we are going to get this done, this portion done. Wow. So, yep, this is going to go back on the bike a minute. Again, I'm not doing it in any type of, you know, really gigantic solid mounted fashion or anything like that. I'm not putting it back together all the way. We're putting it back together enough so we can make sure that it don't fall apart. There's no option in that one. Okay, that's tight enough for now. Go ahead and put the handlebars back on, you know, for now anyways. Can't tell whether these are any type of messed up or not. I think for now we're just going to go with they're fine. Cap. Bolt. And that bolt does not want to go in. There we go, bolt. And I'm not even going to tighten this. This is still going to stay loose on here. It's just going on here for the purposes of I don't lose anything. Okay, so that's back together. Next thing I'm going to do is, since now I know what year it is, I'm going to go and switch to the back here, to the back tire. And I am going to try and figure out what spacers it is exactly that we're missing in the back. And I will show you guys exactly what I found last night. So originally what we were thinking is that this was going to need a whole new rear swing arm on it. And it turns out that's actually not the case, because it turns out that these Groms actually have a unique way of bolting on their brake caliper. So behind the swing arm right here, there's actually a slotted space for this. This actually sits down in that. This goes onto the rear axle itself and acts as a spacer. However, there is supposed to be a spacer behind this that is not there, that I can't find anywhere on the bike. I believe there's also supposed to be one on the other side, although I'm not entirely certain. That one, maybe not. Maybe so. Yeah, there's supposed to be some sort of another spacer, I think. So it's that would just be ramming into that. So yes, there's supposed to be spacers on this, and they're not there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look a minute and see what we can find for those spacers, so we can start coming up with some sort of an estimate. The other thing I might want to try doing, just to see if this thing has any type of life or whatnot, is maybe I'll take this panel off, because it looks like that bottom one's already gone. There's a couple on the back holding it on. I don't know if there's anything on the front, but we can take it all off. That's not really, that part's not really an issue. I don't know if it's held on by anything else. So we'll start out by seeing if we can figure out what kind of wheel spacers are supposed to be in here, and we'll go from there. Let's see here. I don't even know if this is right. I literally have no idea. I don't actually know what I'm looking at, so. I know there's supposed to be spacers there. Ooh. Okay, so probably what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to bring this VIN to somebody, to a shop, well, to a parts store really, who will hopefully be able to tell me exactly what it is that I'm working with, and maybe tell me what parts are compatible or if I can get the parts or whatnot. So I'll probably bring you guys back here in a little bit. Okay, so I just got back from a dealer. I was very wrong. Actually, I wasn't wrong. Google was wrong. It is not a 2008. This is a 2017 Honda Grom. Again, anybody who knows these bikes, please don't hate on me. I really don't know them. They're not my thing. I don't even fit on my wife's bike, which is bigger than this thing, let alone fit on this thing, which is microscopic compared to what I ride. Anyways. Yeah, so don't hate on me. I know how to fix them. They all do the same thing. They all have same stuff in them. Let's take a look and see what our quotes are. Nope, nope, and nope, that's not them. There. Alright. So, for the stock turn signal assemblies, which I still don't know if we're going to go with, so we may not have a choice with how these are set up. Don't know yet, but we'll find out. Stock turn signal assemblies are $23.99 a piece. And then all of the collars for the rear and washers for the rear. Washers for the right rear axle are $6, not bad. Collars for the right rear axle are $15.79, also not terrible, was expecting much worse. And collars for the left rear axle are on back order, but those are $13.79. So they're really not that bad as compared to what I was thinking it was going to be from a dealer. In my opinion, it's absolutely savable. I just need to figure out what exactly is going on. Body work has nothing to do on this. There's hardly anything there. I don't know if the rear brake light works still. That could have gotten damaged in the crash. May have to find one of them. Although they do make aftermarket stuff for the rear tail light of that, so it's really not that big a deal. I could get one that turn signals in it, for cheap, which would probably be a good thing at that point. Don't know what those two little wires go to yet, because I can't, turn the bike on. The guy at the Honda dealer said, yes, take the ignition cylinder to somebody to have that done, so, because they can just order blanks, they can't actually cut the keys there. So I will be doing that. Yeah, that's probably where we're going to end it for today. It's not much more I can do at the moment until I get an approval to get parts, and until I can get a key made to see if there's anything mechanically wrong with this or anything. So, if you guys liked what you've seen on this episode of just, a mild teardown of this to kind of see what's going on at the moment, go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe button. It helps us out a lot. Share us with your friends. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.